It cost me $139. So that's the most expensive bottle that I've paid for so far. Hey guys, I'm back with Daniel, and we're just sitting here discussing some bourbon, some whiskey, and about some more things that are going to be coming up. But right now, Daniel, what do you want to try? Anything in here you want to try? We'll just give it a shot.
I did look when I came in, and how about that Bardstown?
Oh, yeah, we got to try that. I've never tried it. He's never tried it. So, check this out. Wow. So I picked it up off the Virginia ABC store. It cost me $139. So that's the most expensive bottle that I've paid for so far. I did buy the Kentucky Owl for $135, which is very good. Oops. And I'm glad I didn't break that. And gosh, the mash bill on this is amazing, and I can barely read it, so I'm gonna let Daniel read. There's like 5 different blends.
It is. It's interesting. You know, I don't know. You know, because I don't know who else lists out, you know, their bills like this, but you know, it's 31% of a Kentucky origin mash bill, 25% of another Kentucky origin mash bill, that are actually one just barely corn and rye. It's like 3% difference between the two of those. 21%, 100% corn Ontario corn mash. 15% Indiana corn, rye, and barley, and then 8% Tennessee mash. And the years are different too. So, you know, I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert, and I do enjoy it, but seems pretty complex.
It does. I'm gonna put this in the description, because you think about it, they got every bottle. They got the last one, 8% of Tennessee whiskey that's 12 year.
17 year. That's 17.
Oh. See, that's why I had to read. 17-year Tennessee whiskey, which is, I think it says corn 64 or 84%.
Yeah, 84% corn, so really high corn bill on that particular part of the blend. Right. So, I mean,
put all these together.
At that point, you know, what is this thing? It's its own thing.
The youngest whiskey on here is a Indiana, which is probably MGP, which is a 7-year. It's 15% of that. Then it got on a Canadian whiskey. Canadian whiskey, 12-year aged.
100% corn.
100% corn. Wow, that what a mash bill. And then the other two are 12-year, basically Kentucky bourbons that both have like 70-some% corn. Typical bourbon.
Should
a little
be,
bit high corn.
I'd imagine, you know,
But wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to see, you know, with all that, what they're trying to create, what they're trying to make with that, you know, because those are, you know, pretty specific decisions. I think it seems like if you're making a little bit of this and, you know, 8% of this and 20% of this, is it all just finance? But you know, or is it? That's exactly what they wanted, you know.
Let's try some. That's pretty good pour. Got some on the Buffalo.
Yeah. Need some too.
There you go. So I'm interested in this.
It's a pretty light body.
It is.
Light color.
And the bottle's cool. See, if you look at the design on this thing, if you look at the, look at that. That's a corn stalk.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool bottle. I do like that. It is kind of thin, isn't it?
The nose is kind of thin. You know, nothing's really as distinct at all. It's very, you know, light. You know what it reminds me of is when we had done Japanese whiskey and how kind of the smell of that one, I think it was a Suntory Toki, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also that very similar color, and the smell was almost like smelling, you know, you smell water, you know. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it just it doesn't really, you know.
Now when I smell it, I'm getting like a little tobacco hint.
Mm.
And that's probably maybe the oak barrels it's been in, because it's a pretty aged barrels. And other than that, maybe a little vanilla, maybe.
Yeah.
Some caramel, but mostly the main thing I get is that little hint of like tobacco.
Yeah. And a good burn.
Mm-hmm.
But
what is the proof? We didn't say. The proof of this is 57.25.
okay.
So it's like
So alcohol, so 114.5 proof,
mm-hmm. Yeah, alcohol.
114 proof. So yeah, so there's the burn that it's coming from.
All right, let's try it. Wow.
Well, there's a real fruitiness to me right
I
up
did
the front.
too. Yep.
You know, all those like berry,
Cherries,
cherry,
yeah.
like dried cranberries is one thing that I kind of said, like real like fruit sweetness.
Yeah.
And then really burning right here.
On my tongue, mid-tongue, like sort of to the
usually
back
the
of my
burn will
tongue.
start coming here,
it's on
but
my back tongue, but
this is just right away. It started kind of burning, and you know,
sweet
enjoyable.
up front. Very now that first sip,
Yeah,
really sweet. Like
wow, now I'm
really
smelling
like brown sugar.
All I can smell is sweetness now.
Mm-hmm.
Brown sugar sweetness, fruit sweetness, just, you know. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is good. Usually like I'll get like a burn down, like you're saying, on chest, but now this, once it hits the back of the tongue, it's going up towards my nose. So a little bit of heat, but
I like that. I'd rather burn there than to my chest.
Yeah. But it's like there's every time I take a sip, it's a different flavor coming out.
Yeah, it's almost like a to me like a fruited bouquet, or you know, florally, you know, those kind of things. I think,
and some spice in the back too. Because there's some pretty good high rye in there too, but all the sweetness of the corn.
Yeah.
So many different corns. The Canadian, maybe that's why it's so sweet, smooth.
Man, I think if I were to pour this a glass for myself, I think I would do it over ice, or 1 cube.
Would you?
I think I would, just to, you know, it
might open it up a little.
I think it would. That would be.
But to me, the sip I just took was nothing but sweetness. That was like my third sip, I think. And I didn't get it was weird. I don't know. It's weird how it hits your tongue.
Yeah, I do enjoy this. I think I would once open up, and man, it's so sweet. You do want to keep. You know, you do want to keep drinking it.
You can get hammered with this.
Yeah.
You are gonna have to be careful.
Yeah. Just you want to keep, you know, just like, you know, got a bag of cookies, or you know, a fresh pie. You want to keep eating it and eating it. And it's having that same effect with how
it's like those shortbread cookies that your grandma gives out at Christmas in those tins, and you're like, oh, let's try this one. You know, some of them are a little coconutty. Nah, this knows no coconut. I don't like it. This is like buttery creamy.
Yeah, it's butter. Yeah, this it's shortbread.
Yeah,
definitely.
Maybe some with those little cherries in the middle. With the, I mean, this is this opens up a lot. This is really good. I mean,
yeah, it's like I said, it is one you want to keep coming back to.
Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna score this. Take one more sip before I give it a score.
I think I would consider it in a really good category. I think it's in trying to debate that I want to keep coming back to it. But that also can be kind of bad.
It also costs $139, and that has an impact.
That has to go into the because what I would say is there are bottles right behind us in the 40 to 50 range that I might on certain days pick over this. And it's very special, but I don't know that it's something that I would always be willing to, put out that amount of money for all the time.
So Daniel just put it in really good perspective. So I'm gonna say, I was thinking about giving it in the 90s, but really with the price of $139, I'm just gonna say it's like a 88. Which is really good. I mean, you don't want to pass it up. If you got $139, $140 you want to spend, taxes is going to cost you about $150.
And you will enjoy it,
Yeah, no doubt.
Part of that too is that if y'all remember some of my other videos, I like things like scotch, and I like things, a little, sometimes a little tougher. The sweetness is just, it's not always my lane. So if you enjoy, heavy, kind of sweet, and, also this high proof, I typically like to have a lower proof thing because I want to have a couple and not be hurting. But, so I think I'd agree with you, maybe like an 85. It's good. It does what it does. I wouldn't turn it away, but I'm not going to look for it.
Yeah. And that's very fair, because I do like the higher proof. I've become where I like single barrels because they're higher proof. I like this because it's a little bit higher proof, and I do like the sweetness. So Dana was spot on that analysis, because hey, if you do like the sweeter kind of stuff, but not the peated, not the
smokiness, those kind of things.
So I mean, each to his own. And you know what else? Dana said he because of the heat, he would like to add a little ice cube, probably bring a little more flavor out. To me, I like it neat. I just like it neat. 88, which is a very good score for this. Daniel gives it an 85. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we're going to see you next time. And if you want Dana to come back and do some more, give us a shout out.
Where is the line between dreaming?
Tell your friends.
And feeling blue? It's 4 o'clock in the evening. I haven't left my room, but the truth is, if I'm honest, I feel stuck here